pump your tyres up. Look at all those spanners down there. That's impressive. And actually I'm going up to Aintree Boats on this Monday. That's Monday the 22nd. I'm going up there to Liverpool. Hi guys. Yeah, so I'm in Talybont on Usk on the Monmouthshire and Brecon Canal, and just stood in front of the electric lift bridge. Brought my camera with me, and I'm going to take some photos, some snaps, and a bit of video of course, and hopefully catch a few boats going along the canal, and with any luck going through the lift bridge as well. Let's go see what I can find. Very little clearance on the near side under this bridge. As you can see, it's a matter of just a few inches. You have to be very slow and careful. And that's what he's done. As soon as he's got through, they'll press the button and lower the bridge. Doesn't take long with these electric ones. So much easier than winding it up and down with a windlass. Here we are. You watch how quickly it comes down now. A little bit of traffic that was held up, but not for very long, as you saw. There it is, and the barriers will automatically lift as well, and we're back to normal. I can see a boat tied up down by here. I think that's one of the castle narrowboats. And actually it's a boat like that which we fired in the past a couple of times. Castle Narrowboats is based in Gilwern, which is several miles that way. I'm going to take a little walk down here now. Looks like just the one boat at the moment here today. As usual, we've got plenty of ducks around. This boat is actually electrically powered. You can see they're charging it up at the moment. Becoming increasingly popular now, electric boats. The majority of boats though are still powered by diesel engines. But definitely, I suppose in the future they'll probably all be electrically powered, with batteries maybe charged up by solar, or as in this case, charged up at charging points which the company has positioned along the canal. I think this actually is almost exactly the spot where I moored up when I was last year, and that was October 22 perhaps. I remember it was pouring down with rain, absolutely pouring down. One of the water points. So in order to refill the tank on your boat, which you have to do fairly often, you need a special Yale Key, which is sometimes called a British Waterways board key, or sometimes people will call it a CRT key, but anyway, it's a Yale Key that you get when you have your license. Put the key in and this will flop down, and you can then turn the taps on. So here at Talybont you can moor for 2 days free of charge. If you want to stay longer than that, you're supposed to pay an extra £25, and you're only supposed to stay up to 14 days in any month. So the mooring starts here and it reaches up to just before the lift bridge. A couple of very popular pubs here in Talybont on Usk. I think I've been in both of them actually. That's the Star and the White Hart. They do get very, very popular, especially in the summer. So this place is frequented not just by boats and narrowboats and such like, but very popular with cyclists. You get a lot of cyclists coming along the towpath, but also there's quite a lot of trails around here, and many cyclists like to use the road there to get to Brecon. It's very popular with cyclists, that one, because it's a bit quieter than the main road. Canal narrows here as it goes over an aqueduct, so I'm stood on an aqueduct at the moment. There's a stream underneath. Well, it's more of a river than a stream. Quite substantial, isn't it? And it flows under that road bridge and eventually to the River Usk, which is maybe half a mile over by there. So I'm just stood before bridge 143 here in Talybont on Usk, and you can see that bridge on this illustration here. It's back in 1850. There used to be a railway crossing just a little bit further over on another bridge. I'll go and see if I can find the remains of that bridge. There's a few intrepid cyclists up there. That looks pretty steep to me. A few mallards over there having a rest. Just look at the colour of this water. You know, if you ever do fall in the canal, you always want to be very careful you don't swallow any of it, because I mean, just look at that. I think this is mainly just where because of all the rain, a lot of earth has run off into the water. That's all it is, but it doesn't look very nice, does it? Certainly wouldn't want to drink any of that. So here's bridge 143. It's fabulous how they used to build these things. It's got these iron reinforcing bands, underneath. Incredible. And this is what remains of the railway bridge. So I think the other day when I was walking along the Staffordshire and Worcestershire Canal, I think I remarked how narrow the Monmouthshire and Brecon is by comparison, but if you look at it here, it doesn't look that narrow. What you do have to remember though is that this is a very shallow canal, so although there's a fair width there, you still need to keep the boat towards the middle very much, because there's a very gradual curve to the whole thing. If you come too close to either edge, you could very quickly come unstuck, or I suppose more correctly, you can very quickly get stuck, not unstuck, and run aground. Don't know how old this is. It's carrying water, I believe, from the reservoir, which is up there. In fact, if you cross the electric lift bridge and keep going along that road, you come to the reservoir. So yeah, it might be worth my going up there one day. But I think this is taking water out from there. It's leaking a little bit, but I guess we can forgive it. It's probably been here a long time. You do see some fantastic houses along the side of the canals. Just look at that there. Isn't that just magnificent? That's what I call a front garden. Persistently raining at the moment, but it does look like it's going to clear up again very soon. So this is a set of stop planks, that's what they call them, and these would be used to shut the canal off. So every so often you'll see slots cut into the side of the canal. You can see that quite clearly on that side, and there's one this side. Those wooden beams would be dropped down through them, piled on top of each other, and eventually then they would form a reasonably watertight seal, so the water would stop at this side and it would start disappearing. And that would enable the CRT to do any work that they needed to do, perhaps in the bed of the canal or just further along. Yeah, I can tell you that's pretty substantial, that is. There's a good weight in each of these, and so they would slot down on top of each other. So the weather forecast hasn't quite been right so far, although I think it's just stopping the rain at the moment. It's certainly quite cold. According to my car, it was about 8 degrees when I got here, and it's the Wednesday the 17th of April. I don't know whether that's a normal temperature for the middle of April, but it certainly doesn't feel warm. I'm glad I've got my coat on. Forgot to bring my woolly hat, but luckily I had my baseball hat in the car, so I'm very glad too. So here's an example of how shallow it is. You can hopefully make out that big stone down there. That's just a couple of inches below the water level. So So you would not want to bring your boat along by here. Imagine the noise that will make as you grind along it. Very, very nasty. Coming back into the village now, Talybont on Ask, and it's still raining quite steadily. Nice little shop, post office, cafe, and also bike hire here in Talybont on Ask. Plenty of free parking here at Talybont on Ask at the village hall. It is free, but there are honesty boxes around, and you know, if you want to contribute something, that's nice. Similarly, the toilets are free, and there's showers in there as well. And here's an interesting addition, a bike hub, where you can do some work on your bike and wash your bike. Pump your tyres up. Look at all those spanners down there. That's impressive. Give your bike a wash. Oh, there we go. Thank you very much. So I've moved back down the canal now towards Abergavenny and stop here at Gilwern. The sun has come out again, which is really nice. I did get pretty wet back there at Talybont on Ask. Nice colourful boats here. These blue and yellow ones are part of the Roadhouse Narrowboat company. Very distinctive, aren't they? Very nice. This is bridge 103, and boy, does that look low. Look at that pipe hanging down there. That's incredibly low. And you know, I hadn't realised before quite how ridiculously low that is. A few boats moored up here on the left, and the building you can see in front, that's where Castle Narrowboats is based. Might see some of their boats tied up, I expect. A lady there cycling along with a little dog on the back in a little basket. Yeah, there's a Castle Narrowboat. That's the Drysloin Castle. There's another one next to it. I think we hired the Drysloin Castle once. Yeah, I'm sure we did. It's actually 3 boats tied up there. Situated on quite a tight bend, and as usual there are lots of boats moored up along the edge of the bend. Well, there's a nice sight. The bluebells are out. Also some white ones, and something I'm not sure I've seen before, some lilac coloured ones. Just coming up to bridge 105 on the Monmouthshire Brecon Canal here at Gilwern. I think this must be a winding hole here. If it's not, there it really looks like one. There are no signs up though. Normally you get a sign. So a winding hole is where you can turn your boat by doing essentially the equivalent of a 3-point turn in a car. Some winding holes are bigger than others. It does look a bit like one. I'll have to check in my Nicholson guide after, just to see if it is. So just coming into Gilwern, and it's a very nice little village or town. I'm not sure what it's classed as actually. And the canal sweeps around now in a bend and heads off along over that way, and then around on its way towards Pontypool. So I hope you've enjoyed this relatively short video. A little quick visit to Talybont on Usk, and now here at Gilwern, a bit further down the canal. I've been to both these places before, as you will know if you've been watching the channel, but it's always nice to come back because there's always something that's different from last time, and it's really nice this time to see the canal so full of water. That's really nice to see. A bit disappointed there weren't more boats actually on the water moving along. This is 17th of April, so but then it's a Wednesday, so a lot of the higher boats are probably up towards Brecon today, and they'll be thinking of coming back down this way tomorrow, I imagine. But yeah, I always like coming here. I used to live not far from here, so I know it very well. I used to come down on my bike. So if you enjoyed the video, then you know what to do. Give it a like, and please leave a comment. I love getting comments. Yeah, some of you are regulars, and I love you guys. That's great. Please carry on. And if you haven't subscribed yet, then please think of doing that. Got more than 600 now, but I really need to get at least 1,000. I'd like to get, thousands and thousands. Some YouTube channels, they get hundreds of thousands of subscribers. I'd be happy if I could at least get 1,000. Once I've got Gladys on the water, I think there'll be a lot more people then watching the channel and subscribing. So that'll be nice. I'm looking forward to that time, of course. And actually, I'm going up to Aintree Boats on this Monday. That's Monday the 22nd. I'm going up there to Liverpool, catching the early train from Hereford. Luckily, I like trains, so that's cool. And going to see Gladys again. Go and see her in the workshop there and see what progress has been made. Do a video of that, take some pictures as well, and then you'll be able to see that next time. Yeah, that'll be next week. So I'm looking forward to that very much, and I hope you will be too. So in the meantime, I need to get back home, I think, and I will see you next time then, with some footage of Gladys herself. All the best till then. Bye.